In this video, I want to talk about making the switch from health practitioner to health coach, as I've recently had a lot more health practitioners reaching out to me wanting to start health coaching businesses. And it's actually something that I have done myself. I got started as a chiropractor and a functional medicine practitioner, ended up making the switch to health coaching, and then later on, obviously, becoming a business coach to other health practitioners, other health coaches who want to go ahead and start coaching businesses. So I want to talk a little bit about making this transition, why I did it, why I'm seeing a lot of other health practitioners doing this, and really what to expect if you're wanting to make this transition. So I've worked with a lot of other health coaches, helping them start and grow successful health coaching businesses. Like I said, it's something I've done myself, so I have a lot of experience as far as my own and what other people go through making this transition. And I'm specifically speaking about other health practitioners in this video and making that transition and what that looks like, what it involves, and why you may want to really consider moving forward with this if it's something that you've been toying with or thinking about, okay? So the primary reason that I decided to start a health coaching business was because I wanted more freedom in my life. Really, it all comes back down to freedom. And when I started working as a chiropractor and I was doing functional medicine as well, I recognized that I wasn't necessarily practicing in the way that I wanted to. And I was working under other doctors, so I was practicing their techniques. I had learned their techniques. I was working under them. And what ended up happening is I wasn't actually practicing what I truly believed or what felt aligned and authentic to me as far as helping other people. And I know this is what happens with a lot of medical practitioners, especially if you're in the conventional medicine model where you're helping patients, and a lot of it has to do with acute care. And you're really recognizing that there's so much more to health, and there's a lot with nutrition and supplements and just self-care and all the different ways that we can be naturally supporting ourselves. And so what you're doing may not feel totally aligned with what you believe as far as healing the body and what's going to best help your patients. And I find that it's very hard to, first of all, feel really fulfilled, but also be super successful in your business, whether you're hired by someone else and you're working as an employee or you have your own business, when you're not practicing what you really want to be practicing. So I was going out and I was trying to get patients to help them in a way that I didn't really believe. And so working under these other practitioners and trying to grow a business did not work for me. Okay, because I wasn't doing what I really wanted to believe. So I absolutely think it's super important to be practicing in a way that feels aligned for you. And this is one of the things that I always help all of my clients figure out is, how do you want to be working with people? Who do you want to be helping? What are you helping them with? And what does the process look like that you're working with these clients or patients, whatever you want to call them, to help them get this end result. So we go through that in detail. And I believe that all of us are meant to work with people in our own unique way based off of our experience, our education, our passions. And so that's something that I'm super passionate about, is helping other people figure out how to put all of that into a package that you can help your clients get the results that they want, like I said, in a way that's aligned for you, okay? So the other thing was being able to set my own hours. This was super important to me. Working under other people, I wasn't able to do this. And kind of the same, even as I started my own business, I had initially started a business where it was more of a brick and mortar business. I was working outside of a clinic, working with patients, helping them both with chiropractic and functional medicine. And once again, I felt somewhat limited as far as like hours and having to go into an office. And I didn't like that. Like I just wanted more freedom in my life. So a lot of it comes back to freedom. But having an online business has given me the total freedom to set my own hours, not to have to go into an office space, not to have to rent an office space, not to have any sort of employees working out of a space. And so that has been super nice for me. And you have way lower overhead costs as far as running a business, which is one of the really, really nice things about having a location independent coaching business if that's what you decide to do. So that also brings me to the next piece, which was having the location independence. For me, this was super important. So when I was looking at starting a business, like I said, first I was working out of like a brick and mortar. I rented an office space, and I realized that I didn't necessarily want to live in the place where I was starting my business, and that I wanted to have the ability to move. And so I was living in Wisconsin when I started my business. I now live in Colorado. And so that would have been a problem, right? But since I started my business online and I started a coaching business, I was able to move with my business, and my business moved seamlessly with me. I'd also have been able to do quite a bit of traveling. I did a couple month-long road trips around the US. I've been able to go and stay with friends. I've been able to go home and visit my family and stay for weeks, months, however long I want, and still be running my business. And for me, that flexibility was super appealing. It's something that I really wanted. When I envisioned my life and what my life looked like, that is what I saw. I saw something that was super flexible. I could take my work with me wherever I wanted. I could travel. I didn't necessarily have to live in one specific spot. And so that was another reason why I decided to start the coaching business, an online coaching business. The other piece was being my own boss. Obviously, you can be your own boss and have a location dependent business as well, but this was super important to me. Working under other people always felt suffocating to me. I wanted to be calling the shots for myself. I wanted to be deciding when I was working, how I was working, what I was doing. I didn't like other people telling me what to do. And so for me, being my own boss it's something I always knew I wanted. I always knew I wanted that. And it just feels so much better to me to be doing what I want, when I want, and to be calling my own shots. The downside of this is being your own boss, and is that you are in charge of the number of clients you get, the income you make in your business. So you have to know that there's some trade-offs of being an employee versus being self-employed. And being an employee, a lot of times you have like a guaranteed, not necessarily guaranteed, because you could always get fired from your job at any time, which a lot of us have seen with what has happened with coronavirus, right? Like your job is never guaranteed. When you are a business owner and you have your own business, there's a lot of flexibility as far as fitting into what is happening in the current environment. I have actually seen a lot of people have booming coaching businesses during coronavirus. It hasn't necessarily had to impact your business, and there's a lot of ability to fit your business to what's going on in the world. And coaching is always needed. So that's the other thing, like having an online business when we have something like this happening where you are limited to the in-person contact you can have, it really hasn't affected my business at all, which has been super nice. And same for my clients. They've continued to get clients, hasn't really impacted their business. So being your own boss and being able to kind of call the shots, like there's a lot of flexibility there, and a lot of flexibility to be able to really like shape your business to what's going on in the world. You can always be kind of changing that, it's super nice to have that. So the other thing about having your own business and really having an online location independent coaching business is there is unlimited income potential. And I have seen this, and I am still working on getting myself there, right? Like I'm always reaching for those next levels, but I've already blown what my long-term goal was as far as what I wanted to be making in my business. I was like, I want to be making $100,000. I've way surpassed that. And I know I will continue to surpass that. And I know for a fact that I'm making more money in my coaching business because I'm doing what is totally aligned with me in a way that gives me the freedom that is aligned with me. So I know that my income potential is unlimited in that way because I'm doing what's totally aligned for me. Whereas if I was working for someone else or working in a way that I wasn't really passionate about, I know I would not have nearly the same income potential. And the other thing is just marketing yourself online. There's so many amazing tools that allow you to get out there in front of literally millions of people. So online, like it's just, you have such like the marketing is amazing. Like there's so many amazing things you can do as far as marketing your business. And I remember when I was first getting started as a chiropractor and I shadowed under a few chiropractors and they had me go and do some health fairs and to help them market. And they were like, let's kind of show you, what you have to do. And I hated it. I was like, this is the worst thing ever. If I have to do this to market my business, I will poke my eyes out. Like, this is just not me. It felt super salesy. It felt like just terrible to me. And so I needed a way to market that was aligned for me. As an introvert, as someone that just wants to do things in a way that feels good, like I needed to market in a way that felt good to me. And same thing, like I went to a lot of networking events when I had my in-person business as well. It just wasn't my thing. I found it draining, exhausting. It was really time consuming. And so being able to market online is just such a better fit for me and my personality. And so when I found that, I was just like, like this is amazing. Like this is what I've been looking for. So that is another reason. So you may be wondering, okay, this all sounds good, Kristin, but then why did you make the shift from being, health coach to business coach? And I want to explain that to you just so you understand. So there is unlimited income potential, whether you're a business coach, whether you're a health coach, it doesn't matter what you're helping people with. I made the switch because starting my business changed my life in so many ways. It has changed who I am more than anything else I've done in my whole life. If you start a business, and I believe starting a coaching business in particular, like it's such a personal growth journey. And because it changed my life in so many ways, I became so passionate about helping other coaches do the same thing. Other coaches go through the personal transformation that is starting a business, because you do have to face a lot of your fears. You have to face a lot of your self-doubt. You have to really push your limits. You have to reach for those income goals, for the client goals. And it's challenging, but going through those challenges helps you grow so much. And it did for me. My life is totally different. So I started my business, I believe it was like fall 2014. And me, like in general, just me has changed so much since I started my business. And just even I had a picture pop up that was from 2 years ago, and how much I have changed and my life has changed in just the last 2 years is just amazing. So I feel like for like a lot of my life, I was just kind of like, and then when I started my business, just as like, boom, like just my personal growth and just how much I've changed and kind of transformed through that process has been, just amazing to me. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping other people do it. And also to make your dreams come true. Because for me, that's a lot of what my business was about, was wanting to live the life I wanted to be living, wanted to help people in a way that I wanted to be helping people, wanting to make the money that I wanted to be making and to be living the life I wanted to be living. And so my business has really allowed me to do that. And I want other people to be able to do that as well, because it's amazing. And so this is why I made that switch. And it was definitely the right switch for me. But once again, it's not a switch that anyone has to make to make money in your business, because a lot of times people think that. They're like, oh, you made the switch because you have to be helping people make money to make money. Absolutely not true. I just talked about this in my last video, but was a while ago, I did a training or a course, a marketing course, and there was all different people in there who are helping people with all different things. There's people who are helping people do handstands, learn how to do handstands. They're making millions of dollars in their business. So it does not matter what you're helping people with. What matters is that you're doing what's like really aligned for you, what you're passionate about, and what you're best able to help people with. And those are always the things I go through with all my clients. So if that's something that you feel like you need support with, I have a lot of videos on it, but also you can always sign up for a consultation with me. We can talk about that. And I'm just excited for anyone who's thinking about making the switch. Do not hold yourself back by thinking, there's no potential in this. I just did another video about like really the potential of health coaching. I will link that video below this video. Go and check it out. I do believe that there is unlimited potential in whatever business you do as long as it's super aligned with yourself. So of course, the same with health coaching. So if you found this video helpful, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up. If you want more videos like this, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell, and you'll get a notification each time I post a new video. And I'd love to hear from you. If you're thinking about starting a health coaching business, if you're a health practitioner and you're thinking about this, what's holding you back right now? Like what questions do you have? What fears do you have about making that leap? I'd love to answer them in the comments to help you make the best decision for yourself. And if you want more training on what it really takes to start making money as a health coach in your business, I have a free training on that. I will link that training below this video, so make sure you check that out. And once again, if you're interested in getting personalized support with growing a health coaching business, I offer free consultations and you can sign up for a call with me, and I'd love to talk to you about your vision and how we can make that possible. So I hope you found this video super helpful, and I will see you in next week's video.